Hi friend, Nikki, your light therapist here. Today we're going to talk about optimal pad placement depending on what it is you're using the lights for. So a lot of things that we hear from different clients about using the lights is they're afraid to bend them sometimes. They're afraid to sit on them. They're afraid to put them directly skin to skin, or they just don't know where to put the extra pads that don't fit around the area that they're specifically targeting. So today in the video, we're going to answer all of those questions and hopefully a few more. When it comes to using the pads, they were designed to be bent and wrapped around certain areas of your body. Take our Pain Buster 2, for example. This pad is capable of wrapping around little toddler arms, of wrapping around bigger biceps, of wrapping around your abdomen, your head, your hands. I used some on a client's hands the other day. We were working on just nerve damage and some of her knuckles. So these pads can be wrapped around different parts of your body. What they cannot be is bent in half. Now, bent in half, the reasons you would do that, or let's say you're trying to fit them into a suitcase, or you're getting ready to travel somewhere and you just can't quite, the bend isn't enough, but you say, oh, if I can just, the wrap isn't enough, but if I can bend them in half and squish them down, that's where we get into trouble, because what's happening is inside of these neoprene pads, there's a circuit board that controls the lights and the frequencies and the pulsating. So it was designed to be bent, designed to be wrapped, not designed to be bent in half. So that's one encouragement when you're using the lights and the pads. As far as sitting on them, feel free to sit on them. If you're working on maybe something going on in your glute muscles and your lower legs, sometimes I'll just set them on my couch and then I'll sit on them if I'm working on something that's related to the under part of my legs. Lower back, I'll tuck them in under my pants, and then I'll put my shirt on top of them and I'll lean back on my couch. Do they need circulation? There's not a place really on your body where they'll be so enclosed that they are not getting the circulation that they need to, let's say, vent the circuit board. So don't be afraid to put them under your clothes, put them in between your waist belt and your skin. Ideally, we want these pads skin to skin. So make sure that as you're placing them, they're your lights. You can get them dirty. You can put them on your skin. Don't worry about that, but put them under your clothes, skin to skin as much as possible. Wrapping, remember, that's what our Velcro straps are for. Don't be afraid to mess up the neoprene a little bit. If you need to wiggle that Velcro to get it to stick, that's what they were designed for. So over time, as you use your newer neoprene pads, the Velcro will start to stick a little bit better. So use and abuse your Velcro to make sure that you get those light pads as close and tight to your body and the area that you're working on as you can. The next thing with optimal pad placement is if you have extra pads, so let's say that I'm working on a shoulder injury. I'm putting the pads that I have as wrapped around that injury as possible. Hypothetically, I'm laying on a couch. I've wrapped this arm. I'm able to lean back and relax with my other pad. But let's say that I have an additional pad that I'm not using. Always put your face mask on if you're using the lights. So my face mask is on. Let's say I have an injury wrapped, but I have an extra pad. I have a pad that isn't going to fit around the injury that I'm working on. What do I do with this extra pad? Put it on your body. The more light going into your body in a session, the better the results are going to be in your overall health and wellness in the long run. One of the places we love to encourage people to use an extra pad is always going to be on your belly button, because all of our blood flows through our belly button on a regular basis. So when you're putting that light pad on your body, you're essentially infusing the cells in your entire bloodstream, helping that mitochondria produce that nitric oxide, which is then going to help increase that blood flow and circulation that's going out throughout your entire body. So not only are you focusing the lights on that injury, but now you're actually helping your whole body get a nice boost of energy through the lights. So belly button is a great placement for extra lights. I always love a set of lights on my lower back. One, it feels good. Two, there's a lot of stuff that happens in our lower back. So just always good to keep the lights there on your belly button. The other places you can put them are some of the detox points in our body that don't always naturally detox. So as weird as this sounds, It can be good if you're noticing that you're getting stuck or you're not seeing results you were and maybe you're not. What your body might need is a little bit of detox boost. So, as weird as it sounds, you can put them under your arms, you can put them on the backs of your knees, you can put them on the inner groin areas to help detox your body. And then you can always throw one on the thyroid too. Again, everywhere you put a light pad is going to help energize that area of the body. Okay, so those are a few areas that are great to throw an extra pad on if you're working on a specific area. Or just always, if you're working on a specific area and you always want to be moving those pads around, giving light and energy to different parts of your body. Let's see, what else did I miss? I think that's optimal pad placement. That's a pretty good overview, and feel free to rotate them. So if you use your lights maybe twice a day, you can put them on certain parts of your body in the morning and then other parts of your body at night. You can do a week focusing on a certain area, and then the next week you can move to different areas of your body. So as you get used to using your lights and as you find recovery happening on certain areas of injury or inflammation that you're working on, you have permission, and we really encourage you keep using your lights. You will never waste a light session by putting the pads on different areas of your body. Also, don't be afraid to put them on your head. Again, the eye mask is the only one we want on our eyes, but there's a lot of opportunity as far as mental health goes, anxiety, depression, ADD, anything like that, to put one on the back of your head. Again, you can wrap it using one of the straps. Sometimes I also just lay on the couch or I lay in bed at night before I fall asleep, and I'll run that setting B before I fall asleep with a light pad on my head. Sometimes I'll have one on the back of my head and I'll have another one on top of my head, because it's overall just helping boost my mood, calm my brain, get good blood flow happening in my brain that then translates to a lot of other areas in the body that are boosted and helped just by a little bit of brain light therapy. So hope this is helpful. Feel free to post comments or ask questions.